But yeah, we're going to wait until we get the commentators back, and then we'll get started on this next match of Pool 3. I think it's the first time we've been in Pool 3 for this block. We'll see how it goes. Well, FuYo versus Galleon. Right now, Galleon has a 3-2 win over Danila, and FuYo, we had him on stream earlier, lost, unfortunately, 1-3 against Kazuya. So, I believe it's both the players' game 2. Yeah, it looks like it's both the players' second game in this pool. So I'm hoping this goes well. See if we get our I think I saw a commentator walk back. Shout out to -1. I believe they made a run to Ian's Pizza, so a lot of people in the audience and in the venue are enjoying that right now. Big fan of having Ian's Pizza right there, though I went for a Jets Pizza today because I wanted some deep dish. I love Ian's. I'm having it a lot, but sometimes you need a deep dish pizza, you know? So, but yeah, shout out to -1. Shout out to the whole Up Esports crew for helping put this on. A lot of thought goes into these tournaments, and I'm just eternally grateful that they're continuing to try to support Wisconsin Smash in any way possible. Yeah, shout out to Moshi, -1, and everyone else on that team for putting this on. But yeah, whenever we get Reed and reflip back, we're going to start. We're just chilling. To be fair, we'll probably be done with this bracket before 4 o'clock again. Not as many FuYos as the last stage, but we're getting some matches done already, which is good. I'm gonna try to find our commentators because they seem to have wandered out. So.
Kazuya. Pichu.
Pizza's still being consumed, so we're gonna get started shortly. It's good pizza, we promise. Might have been Toppers actually instead of Ian's. I can't tell. All right, with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Get the conversation back to Mike. Talk to you later.
Sorry, guys. We both of us have been on since noon, so neither of us have gotten to eat lunch.
Talking is hungry work, I will say.
It is. I'm starving. Yeah, if these guys want to go ahead and get started, though, they're welcome to. We're just wrapping up our Domino's pizza here.
I got myself a good slice. Been a while since I had Domino's, though.
It's good. I like Domino's.
Yeah. Usually tend to go for, like, you know, like a meat lover's pizza or something of the like.
I'm just a classic pepperoni.
Pepperoni's good. Actually, if I can, I usually like to get like a sausage pizza with like some like basil on there.
Mm.
That's good.
That's good.
But I'm actually curious because, like, you know, like we're like in like this like the middle of the throes, at least, like, you know, of this like wave number 2. So we've seen it, like, you know, a few matches, and we've been talking to, like, all about like, you know, like how tough we think, like, you know, this pool with Galleon and FuYo is. I'm actually gonna look up. I'm curious to see how the rest of this bracket's going. Let's see here. In terms of off-stream matches, Danila has lost to Tasabu and Galleon both times Game 5.
Damn.
Which, very, very close. You know, it shows it's like the Galleon, like, you know, is like.
I mean, I go tell them that they're good to go.
Yeah, it shows at least the Galleon is, like, you know, putting in the work, and then otherwise, from what I could see, D-Money has 3-0'd the Verminator. I guess the only set that we haven't seen is that D-Money is 3-0'd the Verminator. Okay. Otherwise, we've been getting a lot of this, like the
mainstream's been a banger. I have yet to really I'm trying to think there was like 1 or 2 3-0s, but for the most part, been a lot of really great sets which you want to see at Summit. And this is one that I'm very interested in. Pichu's going to die very early to whatever Kazuya is doing, but Kazuya has to get combos on such a tiny hitbox or hurtbox.
Especially on such a light character, it's a question of like whether the electrics can number 1 even hit, and then number 2, if you can even like link after that. Do they possibly send Pichu too high to even like get a future combo? Just like that. You have to go for those resets instead of those like typical Nair resets that you're used to.
But has that Rage Drive on hand. I feel like a Rage Art command grab would get it done if Galleon can find it in the corner. But FuYo looking like he's not going to give him the opportunity to.
He does not want to give him the opportunity to. FuYo wants to just get this damage. He wants to clean out the stock just right now because he knows a little bit more damage, and suddenly he can die at 70% to just like an up out of shield from Kazuya.
Yeah, well, for a ledge trump, you don't see that from Kazuya come out very often. For Galleon, up B not quite going to take it, but that back air absolutely will. So FuYo's the first one on the board here.
Yeah, that down air is quite laggy coming out from Galleon, as now FuYo is glad to kind of take this. And FuYo is at the percent right now where he says, I don't care if I damage myself, I have my full potential unlocked. He knows at least like Kazuya can basically do whatever to get the stock just like that, but he got some good damage and some good combo routes at least onto Galleon at this point. And yeah, I like that option though to go for the command grab though. You want to get as much damage as you can on a small character where you can't get your normal links, go for the command grab.
Yeah, you have the command input on the back throw there just for a little extra percent, keep him on stage, you get a tech chase scenario. But FuYo responding well here, has been so consistent with his corner pressure, knows when to back off though. You can see Galleon hunting, but FuYo's going to see another day even after getting hit by that electric wind god fist.
Another down air and another grab coming up from FuYo, as both of these down airs from Galleon have been whip punished, or for the miss have been to his detriment. And now Galleon off stage, FuYo as well trying to match it, and the up smash coming up from Galleon is going to catch that, as now Galleon relatively high percent. This is easily kill percent for Pichu.
But already out of those throw confirm windows just because of the rage that's still on Galleon. But you can see him going for the home run, and now Pichu's at that kill percent 100% if the right hit connects.
Yeah, in this matchup now, it feels as if Kazuya is kind of like that poke character, that take the hit that you can get. And all the hits that Galleon have been doing, they've been hurting. They've been so much damage. We've seen this from the command throw. Ooh. And finally the down air we've seen. So that's why he was doing it.
Yeah, there's no hitbox on Pichu's up B, so you might as well cover that space with your down air, because if it hits, you take the stock. If it doesn't, Pichu gets in, and you take no percent, but he does on his up B, so it's a net positive regardless outside of stage control.
And somehow in the world of Smash Ultimate, they decided that Pichu should have a larger hurtbox than this big guy. This somehow.
He had to pay for the early sins of Smash Ultimate. Does it make sense? No. But he had to pay for his crimes.
Hey, he always does. I've seen that face. Now, we're on FD, and I actually do like this option a little bit for Pichu, because Galleon, for the extended combos that he wanted on Pichu, was looking for those resets on the platform to just get some extra piece off. And now suddenly that's gone. You can't get those extra linkages.
Pichu doesn't necessarily use platforms that well for his offense. This means that those T-jolts are going to hold a lot more space. You can't escape them on platforms, and it just makes it a lot harder for Galleon to escape these Pichu combos.
Yeah, these Pichu combos right now from FuYo have been so devastating, trying to possibly get at least a link into the Thunder, but not quite, as now the Rage Drive, I didn't even see him get launched. He was already dead on the screen.
Just teleported. You knew that was going to be the end, but that down smash will also be the end of Galleon's first stock. So FuYo hanging tough in there. Just has to try to find this opening again, but is going to eat a little bit of percent on his own Thunder attacks. But now this is a pretty big opening here, Rifflip.
It's a pretty big opening. Got some good damage. Now that's possibly without invincibility. He gets the electric. He does get the link off the Nair. Not going to be able to kill with the up smash. It was so close.
Would have absolutely been the stock for Galleon if he found it, but still in a good spot here. Has a bit of a lead, but FuYo just trying to find that meaningful opening that he really has not been able to find consistently in this matchup. No edge guards have been available. Galleon's been so good at holding stage.
So we've been seeing a lot of these ledge trumps, as you were alluding to, a lot more than we've seen. It's like, from Kazuya typically in the past. And they have been, paying quite a bit. They've been preventing FuYo from feeling that comfortable on the ledge.
Which is how those down airs can come through and be more potent than you'd expect otherwise. But has the Rage Drive on deck currently. Gonna get the Reflector, and FuYo's gonna eat some extra percent on his own T-Jewel.
How much did that do?
It was about 14.
That's a straw projectile, and he already hurt himself as well in the process. Forward tilt as well, get Kazuya off to the ledge, as now he's at relatively high percent. He's at 150. Got this air dodge, he's still gonna make it back. That almost killed Pichu at only 80%. This man is still not dying.
From the top rope, using that down air to reset. Still living on this second stock. 186% on Galleon. 194. FuYo cannot find this stock.
Jab 1, 2, 3. Not going to link this rat. He is big, but he's not that big. And now the rat is dead. I was going to say something else.
One stinky foot to the dome is going to be it at 100%. Galleon looking really comfortable in a matchup you think that he probably won't have much experience in.
Yeah. Pichu is one of those characters where there's also just not a lot of North American Pichus as a whole. I mean, top Pichus I think off the top of my head, I think of Netoru, Drivey. A lot of people in Europe,
Yonpi.
and then you have Yonpi in Japan. Not a lot of of the old guard of Pichu Arfang still around. He's in the US.
There's at least one in Florida. It's not Tachyon. I don't think Tachyon's back on Pichu. There's at least one that was kind of went to Pikachu and then went back onto Pichu. But regardless, FuYo is here on the Pichu. Definitely hanging in there. But you can just feel how difficult it is for Pichu to find stocks in this matchup because the edge guards aren't really that available. But who needs to edge guard when Galleon just misses the stage entirely on landing?
He wanted to get that air reset, but he had to first reset himself back to the stage.
One step ahead there, unfortunately, he's going to spell Doom for his first stock. And this could be a second stock gone if FuYo can find the opening. That forward smash is exactly what he needs. One more, and that air dodge will knock it back. FuYo up 2 stocks to 1 so fast.
Yeah.
3 stocks to 1.
3 stocks to 1. When you catch, I saw that jump get taken away by that Thunder off stage. It wasn't going to seal the stock, but FuYo had the good presence of mind to just seal out that stock, and now suddenly he's off to the races. This rat wants to end this game with a 3 stock.
And this could be it. Just not get the jab block forward smash, but still a crap ton of damage coming through. 106 Galleon, get your feet under you.
He's trying to, get something, anything going on, and the down smash gonna reach right behind him. A 3 stock? That's how you answer back? FuYo.
Wow. You'd think that he was the one up in this set with the way he was so dominant in that game. Well, on the flip side of Galleon, you kind of just have to burn the tape on that game. No decision you made was going your way. You couldn't reset, but you are still up 2 games to 1, and it is your counter pick.
Yeah. Now you at least get to see how small Battlefield is really going to benefit Kazuya on this stage. And now you have the platforms back. You also have it a little bit closer together, which means that that's prime. We're lowering the window for Pichu kill percentage even further.
Also means that you can reset to the ledge if you need to, as Galleon really was struggling to get anything going in that previous game. It was all FuYo in Vantage State, so a little bit of a change of venue is hopefully what Galleon needs to either clear this out, but if you're FuYo, you can just get one more game and force that game 5.
Exactly. Winning this set starts with winning this game number 4, and FuYo, from how he started this game, definitely seems like he wants to push this to a game number 5. A downer off stage, going to be spiking Kazuya at only 80%. For all things considered, very girly stock for this Pichu.
Yeah, that's just a great way to start the game too, just to keep that momentum going. Haven't seen FuYo be able to get too many early stocks, but when he does, he takes that lead and stretches it to a mile. Already lapping Galleon on this second stock. FuYo playing hot.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Pow Pow. I mean, it just seems like, Galleon has been like, trying to come down with a lot of like, these armored moves, trying to come down with the down B command grab, usually as well like, the side B. Hasn't been able to get them just yet, but finally able to get just a pure electric into the up B. You know it. We all know it. And sometimes it's all you need.
But Galleon gonna need a little bit more of that to get back in this game. Here we go. Gets the platform reset. Gonna be a lot of damage. This will be the stock. Great DI mix-up following the DI from FuYo. And that DI in spelled doom. It could be the difference between a game 5 and closing it out.
We are learning live that Kazuya can still get some pretty devastating kill confirms on the Pichu. All you need is electric into up B. And now, though, we have, like, Galleon with a rage drive.
Could be it. That might kill Pichu, and it does at, was that 47? 57? It doesn't matter. That's an early stock of the momentum. Then a complete 180 in an instant, and Galleon's going to move on with that 3-1.
I know it's Galleon. I know it's Kazuya versus Pichu, but still, there's so many stocks where Pichu didn't even get above 80. He just died. He just got obliterated.
That's how I thought a lot more of that set was going to be, but FuYo was playing so well around a lot of those big hits, those big openings from Galleon. But as soon as those started to connect, it was all Galleon.
Yeah, he adjusted his game plan a lot more and started. You kind of have to rely on the platforms if you want to get those extended Kazuya combos against Pichu, just due to how light it is. And speaking of the Devil Man himself.
Yeah, grab some pizza, grab a seat.
Yeah.
Just going to move that mic and flip it up and just put it up by your mouth. Let's get you there. Just grip that with one of your hands there.
Yeah.
What's up? I don't hear you on just yet. Get a little bit closer. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Lizard Man, are we able to flip on the mic for Galleon? Is he there?
I don't. People might be getting some pizza. Pizza's
Okay.
good.
Let me check chat just to see if they can hear you or not, because I can't hear you, so I don't know if you're turned on or not. Otherwise, we can always just share a mic up close here. Try now. Go for it.
What's up, guys?
Get a little closer.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Now you're good to
Holy.
go.
Yeah.
All right, so that was quite the set. It really felt like the momentum flipped back and forth super, super quickly.
It's a very volatile matchup. I've studied for it before. I've lost to FuYo in the past. It was like 2-3 years ago at this point. So I was worried about him going into this. So I actually looked back at our cross-up set. And Downbe's the winner in that matchup, for sure. Otherwise, you don't really have any way to, beat Pichu. Because that neutral is just so strong.
And just being able to armor through his hitboxes with a kill move is such a
so
difference
stupid.
maker.
That move is so stupid.
Yeah.
But no, that was not the crowd favorite for that one. It was. I heard from all the way in the other room when I crouch jabbed, stature smashed, rage drived him at 30.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's just the matchup, dude.
Yep.
He went for one read and you just explode.
We were talking a little bit earlier about how, in our opinion, your pool was kind of the pool of death, at least out of the
Yes,
pools.
yes.
Do you agree with that? And
Yeah,
how do you think
can't-
it's going right now?
It's going as I expected, honestly. I didn't expect Danila to be so hard, but he's playing really good today. Does anyone know how he did versus Ace?
I know it was game.
He got a game at
He had a
least.
couple of game 5s.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that he lost 2 to 3 in both of the sets that he has played.
Yeah,
Oh,
it,
really?
it was
That's
game 5
unfortunate.
against both you and
That's
Hasabu.
so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about him, if he beats Ace in a very favorable matchup, I can just sneak out a winner side beating Ace or not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fine.
But so how are you feeling going into that last set?
I'm feeling all right. I studied a lot for the Min matchup. I beat him last time, game 5 at Scoop, but it was very close, and there's a lot I can work on from what I saw, and I low key might use my old puff. Maybe, depending on how bad game 1 goes. I doubt it, honestly,
I'm excited for that if that happens, personally.
because that matchup is turbo free.
Oh, yeah, it's all, and also Min Kaz just kind of turbo bad for you.
It's not that bad. It's just easy to snowball in one way or the other. Gates of Hell is the matchup winner.
That makes sense.
The question is then, you switch to Puff, does he switch to Bowser?
according to him, he doesn't have a Bowser anymore.
Oh.
Um,
I have a Bowser. Anyone has a
when he
Bowser. That
was-
kicker's easy.
He is very easy, but the only reason I'm thinking about it is because my good Whitewater buddy Indeeded, he got the upset on him over the summer.
I remember this. I remember that set at West Town Brawl.
And that's, the nature of a best of 5. You do have the option to play around with other characters.
I doubt it though. I think this is just a Kazuya day.
Okay. Well, it
But-
sounds like they're calling you up to stream. You can't
Sounds-
hear
oh.
Lizardman in our mics, but best of luck in
good.
the last set of, I think, the pools.
Yeah.
I'll see you in Mario Party tonight.
I feel like I'm the only one who like kind of wanted to play Uno.
There was a couple people that voted for it. You guys